Hello, hello, hello. So, I actually hope you guys are so happy to have you with us, and thanks so much for listening, liking, replaying, subscribing. Thanks to all the new subscribers out there. This is actually a requested video from one of our subscribers, and this is going to be about Shushanna, really the case of SHU. So this is coming from a very real place because I believe that a lot of us have seen this in a friend or even in our own lives. So it's definitely something that's relatable. I'm going to also link down videos where I talk about the SHU, Annaliese, and Kamil triangle because she had a very real part in it. So one of the things we know about SHU is that she's one of those girls who wears her heart on her sleeve, and she's very, very clingy, as Jordan said in season 5 of Bachelor in Paradise, American Jordan. And we actually noticed that when she goes out on a date with Kamil. So Kamil and her shared a cultural connection, and Kamil was easy on the eyes for SHU, and so they went out on that date on a yacht, and there just wasn't a connection there. Obviously, if you look at my other videos about the case of Annaliese was all in for Kamil, and they were moving their relationship along, but Annaliese was definitely like 10 steps ahead. In the situation with SHU, in the case of SHU, she was not able to express how she felt to Kamil when it mattered most. And I think that is one of the things that we could talk about. And I think that is something that's very real for many of us. And I can definitely express about that from a real place, because sometimes when it matters the most, people kind of clam up and not able to really express how they feel about someone or how they feel about a situation. And that causes the situation to kind of get dragged out longer than necessary. We saw with the case of SHU when she went on this date, apparently she didn't really show Kamil that she really liked him. And that was something that he said to her. He was like, oh, I didn't really... He basically said that he didn't feel that from her when they were on the date. He didn't feel there was any connection, and that, I guess, would be easy to say when you have someone like Annaliese who's pretty much all over him, always there, attached to his hip, and you have someone like SHU who's just very cool, calm, and collected on the outside, even though she does show her emotion. But again, like I said, when it mattered the most, she didn't show it in front of Kamil. The other thing about SHU is that she had like that tunnel vision, and that's the other thing that a lot of people have. She locked in on Kamil, and she didn't weigh any other options. So when Kiwi Jordan asked her out on a date, she said no. When Diggy asked her out on a date, she said no. So it didn't matter who asked her out, she was going to say no, because she was obsessed or infatuated or preoccupied with Kamil. And I think in situations where you don't express yourself and you do have someone in mind, and maybe the timing's off or it seems to be too late because they're carrying on with another person, it's at that point where you just have to kind of, she did what she needed to do. She did express herself, but she, in the face of rejection, she kept going, and that's going to be the third point. But in this in this case right here, she continued to, basically as if she made vows to him to marry him. She was treating him like he was the only option. And I think that in a situation where you want to date and actually find quote unquote the one, then you can't just treat one person as the option until he is that option and he chooses you. He was treating her as an option, and she was treating him as the one. So the last thing was point that I think I was making was that she kept moving it forward even after he rejected her. He told her in so many ways. Yes, I did do a video, and I'll link it on the mixed signals, because he did give her some mixed signals, but he told her in so many ways, like, hey, I'm not interested in you. He actually said that, I'm not interested in you. But even with his words and with his actions, for the most part, even though there were some mixed ones, obviously I really do feel that he kind of, did some mixed ones, but he told her, hey, this is not going to happen. She kept thinking that it was. And that was another dangerous part with that, in that many of us can do, is that someone can, or maybe not, you've observed it, someone could be rejecting that person, but it's almost like there's this subconscious belief that they feel they're not supposed to deserve someone who fully accepts them and fully loves them and is going to be on the same page as them. So they keep going back to that rejection, hoping that they can convince them, love me, love me, love me, when that person's not going to ever be convinced, because that person's not for you. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but I think that if Shu stayed in the moment and enjoyed herself and went out on those other dates, you never know, maybe Kamil would have actually saw her in another light, and it could have worked out to her advantage. But hopefully we can all learn from this. The case of Shu, basically, the second one was, don't treat someone like they're the one when they're treating you like the option, and don't keep going back to someone who's rejected you. And I forgot what the first point was. Basically, stay present is another bonus point. Just stay present and enjoy things for what it is. And the first point was really to try to express yourself when it matters the most. Be bold, be courageous, within reason, obviously. Protect your heart, but sometimes we do need to express the things to that person that matter to us the most, and that will give them the opportunity to express how they feel as well. So anyway, thanks for listening, watching, subscribing.